Okay, so there's this report that's just been published by the Kenya National Bureau of Standards. And if you can see, it says most Kenyan men are avoiding marriage. So they've done this study, and apparently, most of the men are preferring to stay single and marry later into their sunset years. And they've compared with like 10 years ago, and they'll say that back then men at 25 would marry, but now on average men by 29 are still, that's now like the average age of men thinking about settling down. And this is so interesting because I have a brother, yeah. He's within this age. He's in his 30s, very well educated, great job, expatriate. And every time this conversation of settling down comes in, it becomes like this thing, this elephant in the room. And I can feel his frustration as a woman, yeah? I can feel his frustration, not even as a woman, as his big sister. And one of the things that he keeps telling me is, Linda, there is so much, there are too many women. Women are too available. Yeah. Back in the day, he used to come to Kenya and, yeah, because he works abroad. Yeah. So when he'd come to Kenya, he'd really want to treat women nicely, take them to nice places for, as dates and things like that. But what used to happen, he started being taken for granted. And then slowly he realized that, you know what? These babes don't really even value the kind of treatment I'm giving them. So let me step down. So he's just started like slowly reducing the quality of dates, and women are okay. Women are still throwing themselves to him. Women are still doing the most for the list. He's not committing to anyone. He's not settling with anyone yet, but they are all over him. And to me, this article, honestly, is just speaking to me from the point of view of women are doing too much, and to the point where it really is not a must for a man to commit. Yeah, if you can accept to be a long-term girlfriend for 5 years, why should he commit to you? If a babe can accept low-quality dates, if the first time they can meet in a 5-star restaurant, then the next time the date is being downgraded, the man is telling you by his actions that he doesn't want you, yet you're still hanging around, what is the incentive for a man to do more? What is the incentive? So if I'm a single babe and I read this, to me, it just shows me two things. Do inner work so that you can really know your worth, and then start dating wisely.
I have a question for the men. Do you guys still want to get married? Like, is that still a thing?
No. A lot of men don't want to get married, and it's not because they don't like the thought of having a lifelong partner to be there for them when they need it, but a lot of men don't want to get married because they're avoiding potential divorce. In a lot of cases, divorce ruins a man's life. He has to completely start over. And in general, marriage doesn't benefit men a whole lot. So while a lot of men like the idea of having long-term relationships, it's just not worth it.
Is anyone else in that really weird space of no contact with a situationship that was really bad, where you feel like you're actually enjoying your peace again, you're enjoying doing things, and it feels almost too good to be true, like you're really coming back to yourself? And as good as it feels and how much better you are already, there's still this annoying, lingering feeling where you want to reach out and where you want to be like, yeah, I'm so much better now. I don't feel this constant anxiety, but I miss you. You suck, you treated me like shit, but I miss you. But you don't reach out because you know you shouldn't and you're feeling so much better. But like, why is that constant little nagging feeling not just leaving me alone?
A man will absolutely date you for years and never marry you and drag you along for years. Let me explain. Girls, I am telling you, I'm reading so many of my comments and it makes me so sad because I see these girls saying that they've been with these guys for years and they wasted all these years with a guy. Girls, I'm telling you from personal experience, and I'm also telling you from the fact that I work with thousands of men, thousands of them. A guy knows when you're the girl and they know early on. But guys are different than us. See, if we don't like a guy, we're not going to have, sex with them. We're not going to, if we don't like them, we don't want to be bothered with them. Men are not the same. Men are not the same. A guy will stay with the girl that he's getting sex from. Maybe she's pretty. Maybe she's, fun to be around. Maybe, think about it. He's got someone to go out with for holidays. He has someone to be his plus one. But he'll never propose. He just won't. He won't talk about a future. Guys, when you're the girl, you're going to know you're the girl. But I also want you to be careful, because you will also have some guys that will lie to you and say, I love you. I want to marry you. I promise I'm going to put my ring on your finger. And you'll be like, oh my God, he loves me. He's going to marry me. And they never do. That's not a good guy either. Listen to me, girls, please. A guy knows early on if you're the girl for him. And if you're the girl for him, you will not ever be in doubt. Trust me on this. You'll never be in doubt. Never. If you're in doubt, or if you're in a dating relationship that's gone on for years and years, it's not a good sign. I have to be honest. You're probably not the girl he's going to marry. And if he does marry you after a long period of time because you bitched at him and complained at him, and people are like, why don't you marry the girl? Why don't you marry the girl? Now he feels like a jerk for not marrying you. He will not be a good husband, because you're not the girl of his dreams. In my opinion, I know it's an old-fashioned way of thinking, but I swear I absolutely believe this is very, very true. A guy has to like the girl more than the girl likes the guy. The minute the girl starts liking the guy more than the guy likes the girl, the dynamic of the relationship changes. She starts to chase. She doesn't even realize she's doing it. No guy wants something that they want to feel like they got a prize, like they won something, like, look at what I got. This is my girl. That's what they want. They want the girl that they can show off to everybody and say, this is mine. And that's not about like beauty. That's about like, they love you. They love every part of you. And they can't imagine their life without you. Just imagine what I'm trying to say here. If you are not the girl, they're not going to propose. They will drag the relationship out. So if you're in a relationship for years and you're like, it's not going anywhere, I haven't gotten a ring and this and that, more than likely it's because you're not the girl, and he's kind of holding out to see if the right girl comes along. You don't want to be the girl he settles for. You want to be the girl that he wanted more than anything. So I hope that helped. Take care. Be well. Bye-bye.
I'm going to give you 7 reasons why, if you want to get married or have a long-term partnership but he's not proposing to you or not taking it there. Reason number 1 is that you've let your feminine energy run dry. You've given too much to everybody else. You cannot exude that beautiful, amazing feminine energy that you naturally possess, that the masculine craves. He might not even know why he doesn't want to make the relationship long-term or want to get married when you've expressed you want that, and it's now been years. But because you've put so much on your plate, so much is expected from you, that you have not replenished, you have not given back to yourself, that you cannot radiate that energy, that true woman energy, and he can see that in you. And it's hard for him to commit to the rest of his life being that way. Now, I can't put all the other 7 reasons here, but I'll have a link in my bio if you want to see the other 6.
If a man tells you that he does not want to get married, believe him. Take it as a piece of information he shared with you that is true, and act from that space. Don't in your head already try to figure out a plan B of how you're gonna get him, force him, convince him to get married.
Let's talk about being in a long-term relationship and you had to end it because they weren't ready to get married. First, I just feel you. It can feel so hard, sad, and just empty when this person that took up so much of our life doesn't want the same thing. So step 1, feel the feelings. Step 2, ramp up the self-care. I'm not talking like bubble baths and bonbons. More sleep, more time outside, support system. Lean into all that self-care. This last piece really helped me because I've definitely had a handful of long-term relationships that ended because they weren't ready. And I think the thing that helped me the most, especially if they haven't reached back out yet, there are things left unsaid, or even if there were things said, sometimes the closure that we need isn't with the other person. Which is why creating some kind of ceremony or ritual or process to help you feel complete is really important. So you can write a letter and not send it, throw a stone in the ocean, things like that will help you to heal. And I'm here for you and sending you love.
And this is something else I stand firm on and 10 toes down on. If a man is not going to put his life on the line, meaning cover you spiritually, financially, physically, everything, then do not put your life and your body on the line to have his child. I don't think men who don't desire marriage should have children. And I say this because men want, again, not God-fearing, not the secure ones. I'm talking about the insecure ones. A lot of men want the perks of legacy, of children, of kids having their last name, and they did nothing to work for it. So don't be bamboozled. Just wait, be patient. And I know it's harder out here and it's a whole different time. A lot of people don't desire marriage, but I think it's because we're giving them all the perks without them having to work for all the perks. So if you want to be married, just hold out. I know it's hard. I know it could take a long time, but it's worth it.